Hello, Seiiti Arata. Do you know those films about martial arts where the teacher is so focused, yet so relaxed that they can take down several enemies at once? This mental state in which you're completely focused on the task that you're performing is called Zanshin in Japan. If we were to translate it literally, Zanshin means something along the lines of a mind without the rubbish. Zan means whatever that remains. And shin is mind, meaning a mind that is absolutely focused on the task without any other thoughts distracting our attention. But besides the literal translation, Zanshin has a deeper meaning. You can see Zanshin as a way of living your life with intention, acting with a purpose instead of being carried away like a victim of circumstances and other people's desires. The secret to achieving Zanshin is to be alert and relaxed at the same time. When we say that someone should be on alert and relaxed, it seems like a contradictory statement, isn't it? But in reality, those are complementary qualities. The opposite of alert is distracted. The opposite of relaxed is tense. And most of the time, those who have trouble focusing are always distracted. People who get carried away by current events. At one point in their lives, they are studying something at college, and then the next moment they want to become an entrepreneur, and then they want to become a programmer. In order to not be distracted, you need to be alert, but it's not enough to be alert, because you could be on alert and tense. And then that's what happens to people who become distracted. You could be alert and relaxed, which is the ideal Zanshin state. To be alert and relaxed, you need first to put your mind into the present moment. You need to concentrate on what you're doing in that exact moment, not letting your mind roam free about a past event or dreaming about an imaginary future. But this type of concentration should come naturally, relaxed. It is no use to be tense, being hard on yourself, forcing your mind to stay focused. This kind of tense alert is not sustainable. You will get tired in a short period of time. You will end up giving up and labeling yourself as a distracted person. Now that you have understood, what you need to do is to achieve Zanshin. Now the question is, how can you do it? In order to achieve Zanshin, your mind should be focused on the process, not on the result. The word Zanshin became popular in the West in the middle of the past century thanks to a book called Zen in the Art of Archery. In this book, the German author Eugen Herrigel tells us about how he learned Zanshin when he was training bow and arrow with a Japanese teacher. While he was only focusing on the results, on hitting the target, the teacher insisted on focusing on the process. The teacher was so focused on the process that he made the student train with a very close target for 4 years. Shooting from a short distance, hitting that target was not difficult, and it was not the goal. The goal was to learn the process, how to place the feet, how to grab the ball, how to release and breathe when releasing the arrow. And he was so eager to get some real practice, and then he was surprised when he tried to shoot from a long distance and didn't hit one single target. He was disappointed, and he told the teacher that he had a bad aim. The teacher then taught him that the issue was not the aim, it was the process that was not perfected yet. And that is the moral of the story. If the archer would have focused on the process, if he really tried to master each of the steps before releasing the arrow, the result would have been an arrow straight to the target. But he was so tense, he was so worried about the result with no focus on the process, that he was not able to shoot a straight arrow. Zanshin is a choice. You always have the option to live your life with intention. Your mind works in the same way as it was trained to work. If you're always acting distracted, checking your phone constantly, with many tabs open on your browser, trying to do 1,000 things at the same time, you're training your mind to be a distracted mind. But the same way you trained your mind to be distracted, you can also do the same thing and use your mind to train itself to be focused. Living with intention sounds like an abstract thing, but it is a choice. You choose to live in a more alert and more relaxed way, putting intention in everything that you do. For example, it's really common to find people who want to have more fitness, or they want to own an entire Bitcoin in cold storage, or they want to have a great romantic relationship. The problem is that usually these people are only focused on the results. They want to find the shortest, the quickest path to get to that result. And since they are so focused on the final result, these people forget about the process. It is very similar to the archer without patience to learn the process of holding the bow without shaking and then jump to the final result of releasing the arrow at a long distance and doing everything wrongly. If you don't have the basics first, it is impossible to do the things that require the basics. And since the results take time, they end up jumping to another goal or changing the strategy from time to time, always looking for a shortcut to reach their goal quickly. Zanshin teaches us to do the opposite, to focus on the process instead of the athletic body. Focus on having a good meal the next time you eat, the next spoonful, the next bite. With this type of attention on the process, by focusing on doing the right thing, on a task that you're performing, you will inevitably reach your desired goal. May not be as fast as the shortcuts that promise you some miracle results, but think about this. Has any of those shortcuts ever worked? Or have you lost so much time looking for shortcuts that you would have reached the result if you had just focused on the process? Follow the Japanese saying that after winning the battle, adjust your helmet. Eugen Herigo even complained to the teacher about how he was so slow in that training. He told him that it would take him centuries to become a good archer. Then the teacher replied, "The journey towards your final goal is not to be measured. What does it matter if it takes weeks, months, or years?" This what changes the way we see our goals, especially the greater goals. Now going back to the example, why does it matter if it's taking so long to have a healthy body? Is that person going back to their eating habits once they achieve their weight goal? Or to stay healthy? The attention should always be on the process, the next meal, the next spoonful, the next bite. The Japanese saying, after winning the battle, adjust your helmet, says that the battle does not end once you win. The battle ends, and with defeat, when you lose your sense of commitment, when you stop paying attention. And that is why Zanshin also means to stay alert and relaxed even after you have reached your goal. Back to our example of a person who wants to have a healthy body. Their battle does not end when they reach a specific number on the scale. Their battle ends with defeat when they have thought that they have already reached their goal. They start to miss one or another workout session, when they break their diet constantly, when they become too lazy to move their body. This is why achieving a goal is bad for your process of constant improvement. You could be distracted, you could get distracted and lose everything that you have already achieved. To avoid that, anytime you win the battle, tighten your helmet. Did you achieve your goal? Great. Celebrate. And then set a new goal to improve even more. And even better, set the process of always improving as your goal. Well, most of us mainly focus on the results. The old Eastern wisdom of Zanshin teaches us to put all of our focus onto the process, into the task that we're doing at that moment, alert, relaxed. And if we do that, the result will just be a consequence. You could choose to live like this, setting your intention in everything that you do. You just have to train your mind in order to act more openly without so many distractions. And if you want to learn how to train your focus, I invite you to check Focus, an Arata Academy course, by checking out the link arata.se/focus course.